Hi guys, welcome to this channel. In this video, we'll discuss how to implement multi-select drop-down list using ASP.NET MVC5 application and SQL Server database. Okay, first let's create new project. You can click here to create new project, or else you can go to the file menu and then click new project. Inside this panel, select web under Visual C Sharp, then select ASP.NET Web Application, then name your application here. Choose an drop down list. Then select the location where you want to save this application. So I am not going to change this location. Then click on OK. Here select MVC. Click on OK. Here we have created choose and drop down list application. Now go to controllers folder. Open this home controller. In this home controller, I am going to add to action method. So public action result, choose and drop down, then return view. By default, this is a get method, action method. Okay, now we have to add view for this action method. So right click on add view. Here keep view name and template as it is. Then click on here. Here expand this view and open this shared folder. Inside this, open layout.cshtml. Then click on OK. Here click on this add button. Here we have successfully created choose and drop down view. Okay, now let's create SQL Server database for this application. So right click on data connections here. So create new SQL Server database. Here provide a instance connection name. For me it's dot. Then create new database name, drop down DB. Click this OK. It's going to create our new database. Okay, now we are here in newly created database. Okay, expand this. To create new table, right click on tables, then click on add new table. See here, by default it has ID column. It's a primary key for this table. Now I want to add one more column. It's name and the data type varchar 50. Okay, now I'm going to make this ID column as identity column for this table. So right click here, click on properties. Here go to properties. Okay, expand this identity specification. Here select this is identity, set this true. Okay, this means it will start with 1 and increment by 1 for every new record insertion. We don't want to pass this ID column values. Okay, now here we have two columns, ID and the name. Okay, now we have to change this table name. So tbl underscore employee. Okay, now we have to update this database. So click here, update. It's preparing update script here. Okay, now click on update database. Okay, it's updating our database drop down DB. Okay, now you can see the newly created table inside this tables folder. Okay, now I am going to add some test data inside this employee table. So right click on show table data. Currently we don't have any record in this table. So now I am going to add table names John, colon Peter, and Ranjisham and Ranjani, then Ravi. Okay, save this. Okay, close all. Now go back to home controller. Okay, first here we have to create models inside this models folder. So right click on, click add, then class name, Yeah, our more class name will be employees. Then click on add. Okay, inside this I'm going to add three properties. um, First column name, it's property integer only, so employee id. Second, it's of the type string, and property name employee name. Okay, third property, it's type list, a list of employees. Okay, here get employee list. Okay, save this. Now I'm going to add ADO.NET Entity Data Model for this database, drop-down DB database. Okay, right click on models folder, click this add, click on new item. Here select data from this left panel under Visual C Sharp. Then select ADO.NET Entity Data Model. Then our model name drop down. Then click this add button. Here select EF designer from database. Click on next. Here um, if you are using for password and username for database, you can use this option. Yes, include the sensitive data in the connection string. Otherwise we can use this one. No, exclude sensitive data from the connection string. Okay, now click on next. Here we have to choose our database objects. So expand this table. Inside this table we have single employee, so we can select these tables. Then click on finish. It's going to create our entity data model for this table employee. This is how entity model table looks like. Okay, this is the diagrammatic representation of data model table. Okay, now we can see the newly created data model inside this models folder. We have drop down models. Okay, inside this see here auto generated uh, tables, sorry, classes tbl employee. Inside this we have two properties which is respective to these columns, columns of employee. Okay, now see here we have drop down dot context dot cs class. Okay, inside this we have drop down db entities, so we will be using an object of this class to interact with database. Okay, now go back to home controller. In this choose and drop down action method, we are going to list all the employees from employee table into our drop down list. Okay, um, here we will be create an object of this drop down db entities. Here object name db equal to new drop down db entities. Okay, now let's add namespace for this. Okay, yeah. Okay, um here we have added namespace, choose and drop down list dot models. Okay, now let's create object of employees class. Okay, object employee equal to new employees. Okay, next object dot employee from yeah. In this class we have three properties. We are using this get employee list property equal to db dot table employee dot select your x such that x dot, sorry, not x, that's new employees your employee id equal to x dot id. Okay, I will explain this later. Then employee name equal to x dot name. Finally we will return the list. Okay, we will return this object into this view. Okay, see here what we are doing here. First we are fetching data in employee table we are selecting the record and we are assigning to the column values into this employees class properties. In employee class we have three properties: employee id, employee name, and get employee list. Okay, in a table employee we have two columns, id and names, so those columns are different, so we are assigning here. So a id column to employee id and a name column into employee name, like that. Okay, now I'm going to copy this action method and pasting below that, because it's type http post method. Okay, here return redirect to action. Like, here we are returning action to this action method choose and drop down. Okay, here we have to pass objects parameter, so employees class. Okay, in get method we are listing employees from employee table. In post action method we can insert the selected item from this drop down. Okay, that selected list we can save into table, so that operation we can do here. But in this table we are not implementing insert operation. Okay, okay, let's put breakpoint here. I will explain you why I put breakpoint here later. Okay, now let's go to this view. Right click, go to view. Here first I am going to declare model. So here choose in drop down list dot models dot employees. Okay, now here I will use using statement as a resource html dot begin form. Okay, inside this I will implement drop down list. Okay, for that I will use html dot drop down list for helper class. Okay, here x such that um, x dot employee id comma here model dot get employee list dot select here x such that new select. Here I will use new select list item. Okay, inside this text will be x dot employee name. In this drop down we will display employee name as a text. Okay, then value will be x dot employee id. Okay, then it's to string. Okay, then close bracket. Okay, now new. Here we will specify the class for drop down list. So class equal, here I will use form control and choose and select. Okay, that's it. After this I will use submit button. Okay, here type will be submit and then value will be submit. Okay, finally I will add script. In the script I will use choose and select within single quote dot choose and select dot choose and. Okay, now we can run this application by clicking this dot here. Here by default Google Chrome is selected. You can run at any browser whatever you have. So run this application with debug mode. Click this Google Chrome. Yeah, you can see the drop down list is there, submit button is there. In drop down list See here we have list of employees. So here we are displaying employee name only. But if we select the employee drop down value will be employee ID only. So little bit we can change this style of this drop down list. Okay, for that I'm going to add this CSS and a jQuery file, and let's stop the execution. Let's go to views folder. Inside this view, expand this shared folder. Here, open this layout.cshtml file. Okay, yeah, see here. In scripts.render bundles jQuery. So cut here and add here. Okay, now save this. Now go to this choose and drop down list. Okay, save all the files. Then click on start button here. You can see the difference here. Okay, this is our previous result. Okay, this is our current result. Here you can see the drop down styles are changed. Okay, now we can select the any employees. Okay, here we can search also. It will filter the record. Okay, if I click P, so it's filter the name which starts with P. Okay, if I start with T E, okay, R, it's filtering the record which are starts with R. You can see your first letter with get underlined. So this means if I enter some letter here, so it will filter the record which are starting with the first letter. Okay, now okay, now click this submit button. See here, it's the breakpoint here. Okay, now you get understand why I put breakpoint here. Okay, now check this object of this employees. Okay, here expand this. Here we have employee ID. Okay, already I told you now in the drop down whatever we can select, the drop down value will be employee ID, but in the drop down we are displaying employee name only. Okay, this is for single select, it's work fine. Okay, now we will implement multi select in drop down list. Okay, for that what we will do, go for this choose and drop down .cshtml here. So I'm going to add at multiple, set this to true. Okay, uh, using this we can select more than one record in the drop down. Okay, now save this and reload the page. See here in this drop down we have default text. Select some options here. Okay, now I select first employee, then second employee, but selected employees again we can't select. Okay, that's disabled here. You can see the items, list of items in this drop down. Okay, see here if I select rendition, in fourth time we can't select the first three items. So here we have only two options to select. Okay, now click this submit button again. See here what we expect, it returns the three objects because here we have selected three employees now. Here we have to get the three employees record, but here we are getting only single record, that is the first record only. Okay, now click this continue here. Okay, now go back to browser. Here select second record and third, then click this submit button. If I click submit button, here employee ID 2 will here we can see the employee ID 2. Okay, now we have to change this because we have to return list of employees what we have selected in the drop down. Okay, now okay, let's stop the execution. Here go to this employees class. Here I'm going to add one more property, public string. It's of the type string array. Okay, here employee list. Okay, get set. Okay, now copy this employee list and go to this choose and drop down .cshtml. Here in drop down we are select the employee ID. Okay, so instead of this single employee ID, we will pass this employee list. So it will return the list of employees what we have selected in the drop down. Okay, right. Okay, now save this and run this application. Okay, let's see what will happen. Now, yeah, we can select employees 1, 2, and then 5th. Okay, now click this submit button. Here it has to return employee ID 1, 2, and 5. Okay, let's check in this post action method. So here we have the property employee list. It has 3 records: employee ID 1 and employee ID 2 and employee ID 5. Okay guys, multi-select drop-down list also working fine. Okay guys, I hope this video is helpful to you. If you have any queries, feel free to leave your comments. Okay, please subscribe this channel for more videos like this, and please like and share this video to others. They will also learn. Okay, thanks for watching this video and see you there in next video. Bye.